Hey guys, what's up here? And as you can tell, I'm not Seth Cole, obviously, as you can tell by my voice. This is James Qualls, aka Ray Racer 1985, the man behind the NNSCRA Castrol GTX Cup Series, and welcome back to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. As we are still currently in season 38 right now in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, but this is kind of a little bit of a preview per se in some sorts for season 39 of the series. We will be doing the Cup. We'll be sticking with the Cup 98 mod for this series this season in season 39. But we'll be doing the 1996 Winston Cup car set for season 39 of this series. Yeah, and currently right now we are still in season 38. Right now we're this coming week. Yeah, as of the time I'm recording this, we're about to head into race number 21, I believe, at Watkins Glen, the third and final road course race of the season. And we had a great finish at the Brickyard 400 as well too. The last week race on the tour at Indianapolis. So as you can tell right there, we got the cars for next season as well too, for season 39, the 1996 Winston Cup cars. We got the course of the race schedule, and obviously, and one of the drivers is actually going to go part-time next season, so that's what the third column pretty much is here in this video. So we'll be going over this a little bit, and by the way, if you want a ride in this video, by the way, too, you can sign up for a ride if you want to. If you want one of the numbers that's blank right now, then you can sign up for the number right now. So all you have to do is just comment and on what number you want, and there you go. So I'll add it to this list here after I get done with just making this video. So with that said, let's get to what rides are going to be up for season 39 for this series, and what else been taken, what hasn't been taken. And of course we can go through the schedule. No change on the schedule, except we are not going to be doing Milwaukee next season, by the way, too. That was just a tryout race per se for we did in season 38 as well too. So there you have it with that. So 31 races this season, and here's your rides there so far. As you can see right here, Matt McIntyre is going to have a new ride next season. He drove a 43 car last season. He'll be running the Hooters Pontiac next season. That car you remember last season, the number 1 car, was driven by Trent Dunham, and it was the Skull Classic Ford last season. Matt McIntyre taking over that ride for season 39. It'll be a Hooters Pontiac car number 1 next season, so they'll change the sponsor and manufacturer for next season. Next 3 cars all set to go here for next season here. Dylan Young, of course, still with Miller Genuine Draft and Ford. Next season he'll have a new paint scheme next season as well too, when we hit season 39 for the Daytona 500 this season. So he'll have a new paint scheme on that car. Cole Deaver still with the Dale Earnhardt GM Goodwrench Chevrolet, car number 3 for the season. So Deaver's all set to go. And by the way, if you want that number 3 car in future seasons, you're going to have to give it over Cole Deaver's dead body, by the way, too, because Cole is not giving up that number. Is not going to give up the Dale Earnhardt cars at all. I don't care how much you want it. So there you have it with that. Eric Monaco is going to be the number 4 Kodak Film Chevrolet next season as well, too. Right there, I have a feeling that one of these days he is actually going to pull off a win here. He's been so close to that ride the last couple of seasons. In this series right there, season 37 and 38, he's been close to a win. Just has always had something go wrong late in the going, where he falls back or he has a mechanical problem or gets caught up in a wreck, whichever one. Eric Monaco, I have a feeling is possibly going to win one. We'll see what happens if he does finally get a win next season or not. But he will still be with the number 4 Kodak Film Chevrolet next season. Car number 5, still going to be Kellogg's Cornflakes and Chevrolet next season, the Terry Labonte Coers. No driver signed up for the ride, announced for that ride yet. Phil Parker drove that car last season. If Phil wants this ride again, he can comment and say he wants to keep the ride, and he can do so if he wants to keep the ride. That is. So the 5 car as of right now still blank at this moment. Nathan Hudson, he's all set to go for next season. Car number 6, he'll still be the number 6 Valvoline Ford, the Martin colors. He, like Dylan Young, will also have a new paint scheme next season as well too. Next 3 cars, blank a little bit as well too here. Car number 7 is going to be QBC as a sponsor next season. On the number 7 Ford, Alexander Rowe drove that car last season, and no word on whether or not he wants to keep the ride or not. If he wants to, then he can. So all he has to do is sign up and say he wants to keep the ride. That is provided if nobody beats him to the ride in the first place, obviously, just like Phil Parker in the 5 car, obviously. Next car down, car number 8. That was the car Joshua Osborne drove last season. Osborne's going to be moving to a new team next season, by the way. We'll tell you which one it is as this video goes on. That car will not have Ray Best as a sponsor next season. It'll be Circuit City, the sponsor on the number 8 Ford for the Stavola brothers next season. Next car up here, car number 9. That was Emmanuel Hartnett's ride next season. And again, if Emmanuel Hartnett wants the ride next season, then wants to keep the ride next season, he can comment and say he wants to keep it. So, the car will still be sponsored by Spam and Melling Performance. On the car next season, it'll still be a Ford. Car number 10 is going to have a new driver next season on the car here, Daniel Voiles, who last season drove the Quaker State Ford, car number 26. If you remember in 1995, that car, well, I should say after the 95 season ended, the 26 team closed down their team that season as well too. The 26 Quaker State team. That was a team owned by drag racer Kenny Bernstein, the team called King Racing. That team closed down at the end of 95. And so Voiles, who had been driving the 26 and other series, by the way, too. So Voiles will be now switches to the number 10 Tide Ford, the Ricky Rudd course next season as well too for Rudd Performance Motorsports. So Voiles, new driver in that machine. Seth Cole drove the number 11 car last season, the Lowe's Ford. If he wants to keep the ride, he can. As of right now, the ride is blank so far. In fact, the next 2 rides after that is going to be blank as well too. The 11 car is still going to be Lowe's and Ford next season. Same with the number 12 car. That was Air Straight Arrow and Mane and Tail. Still going to be a sponsor on the number 12 Ford. That car's going to have a second paint scheme next season as well too. I forget which sponsor that car that is going to be. Excuse me. So, but Kyle Sustre drove that car last season, and if he wants to keep the ride, he can as well too. He always has to do, as I said, sign his name for it. Car 15 is up. Next one up right here. That was the car Alex Miller drove, and if Alex Miller wants to keep the ride next season as well too, he can comment on that as well. He can keep the car. That car's going to be a new sponsor next season, though. It's going to be Hayes Internet Modems. It's going to be the sponsor on the number 15 Ford for Bud Moore Racing next season. So that'll be his sponsor next season. That'll be the sponsor of that number 15 car next season. Next several cars are going to be it's all set to go here. The next several cars are going to be all set to go. Ali Liara is all set to go next season. She's still going to be in the number 16 Family Channel Ford on a car. Prime Star's going to be on for a few races as well too on the number 16 machine. She is I think this is the 3rd season in a row she's driven the 16 Family Channel machine right there. She has driven the 16 car as far back as season 36, I think it was, when we had the 1992 car set, I believe. So Ali Liara is all set to go. One of the two rookies we got in the field so far right here. This is Sarah Fogelman, car number 17. She's going to be in car number 17 next season. The Western Auto Parts America Chevrolet. It's going to be a new sponsor. It's going to be a new paint scheme on the Darrell Waltrip colors next season. Sarah Fogelman was going to keep that ride too. She, by the way, is the wife of the driver below her, Reggie Fogelman. Reggie Fogelman's going to be the new driver of the number 18 Interstate Batteries Chevrolet. That was the car Nathan Orman drove last season. And Orman right now has not had a really good season too. So Reggie Fogelman has already said that he wants to keep that ride. He wants to take that ride next season too. So the 18 car, Reggie Fogelman. all set to go for next season. So the Fogelmans, husband and wife, teaming up next season as well too for season 39. So Reggie's the new driver of the Bobby Labonte colors, number 18 Interstate Battery Chevrolet. Sarah Fogelman, his wife, is going to be the new driver of the number 17 Western Auto Chevrolet, Western Auto Parts America Chevrolet, I should say. 17 car. By the way, that was the car that Mitchell Hodak drove last season, and of course Colin Cropley. Of course, I'm sure he's going to want to have his rides set to go after watching this video. I'm sure. So anyway, going to car number 19. That's the number Carson Gums got, and he's going to be he's still going to be with the number 19 team next season. It's going to be Health Source, this new sponsor on the number 19 Ford. And that car was red and yellow, I believe, that season in 1996. So he's going to have a new paint scheme on that machine as well. Going to the next car down is car number 21, the Citgo Ford. And that was the new, and that, of course, also going to have a new paint scheme next season. And, of course, and why is the name Marissa Semethy on there instead of Quentin Moore? Well, Quentin Moore usually drives the Morgan Shepherd colors in any series I run. And Morgan Shepherd in 1996 did switch teams that season in 1996. So he will tell you which driver Quentin is going to have next season. Marissa Semethy, if you don't know who she is Ali Liara's friend, by the way. So she is the second rookie in the field. And so some are two rookies, and both of them are ladies. So it's going to be quite a rookie battle for season 39. So Marissa Semethy is going to be the new driver of the number 21 Citgo Ford. Dylan Poteet, all set to go next season as well too. He's still going to be in the MBNA. He's still going to be in the MBNA Pontiac, winner of the 600 at Charlotte this season as well too. So he's all set to go. Eric Sadler is still with the Smokin' Joe's 23 Ford, and he also won a race last season as well. So Eric Sadler in his third season is going to be in his third season with the number 23 machine. Car 24 is going to have a new driver, however, though. Kyle Matthews is going to be now with Hendrick Motorsports, and for the second season in the last rating, remember he drove the 25 Kodiak Ken Schrader colors in season 37 when we did the 1994 Winston Cup car set. So Kyle is now going to be flying the Jeff Gordon colors, the DuPont Automotive Finishes Chevrolet. That was the car Caleb Vogler drove last season, and so Kyle, of course. So Kyle's still got the 42, but 42 reversed, so it's now 24 on his Chevrolet. 25 car. That's the third Hendrick car. That's going to be the third Hendrick car to set right here. Still going to be the Budweiser Chevrolet next season. No word on whether or not Colin Cropley wants to keep the ride or not on that machine. But now there's going to be a flip-flop, however, there for Robert Yates Racing. Kat Batson is going to take over the 28 car. In season 39 for the 1996 car set there, she's now going to be driving the Texaco Haviland Ford, car number 28, car that Keith Batson usually drives. There, obviously Keith, as we call Keith Batson, Mr. Ford, as we call him, obviously, because he's a diehard loyal Ford campaigner, and obviously the 28 car. He obviously was the reason why the 28 car, he always runs the 28 car because he was a huge Davey Allison fan back in the day as well too. Also a big, huge Bob Glidden fan in NHRA Pro Stock Racing back in the day as well too, since Glidden drove pretty much the only Ford in drag racing at the time. So, but his wife Kat's going to take over the 28 car. Keith Batson, by the way, too. Well, we'll tell you which ride he takes over later on. Car 29 is going to have a new sponsorship next season, too. That's going to be the Cartoon Network Wacky Racing Chevrolet next season. No word on whether or not Max Anderson wants to take over, wants to keep that ride, give the ride if he wants to. If he can comment that for that season as well. Zachary Fitzwater, he's all set to go for next season as well, too. The Pennzoil Pontiac car number 30, still with the Bahari Racing Machine. This is the car that Johnny Benson drove in 1996, and so Zachary Fitzwater is still going to be at it as well, too. Or actually, I should say Zachary Fitzwater. I'm trying to think how many seasons around this makes it. He's had the 30 car. He's had it for a long time. So, and very loyal to that team, no question about it. Next few cars are all blank so far right here. 33 car. That was the car that Reggie Fogelman drove last season. He remember, as I said, he's going to the Interstate Batteries Chevrolet next season. The Interstate Batteries machine, for Joe Gibbs Racing. No word on the driver yet for that 33 machine. Car number 37 is going to have a new sponsor next season as well. RC Cola and Energizer is going to be the new sponsors on the 37 Ford team for Michael Cranifus Racing. This is the car that James Henry drove last season and drove it to a terrific season, I might add, as well too. And and if he wants to keep the ride, he can for the season as well. Car number 41 still going to be Kodiak and Chevrolet next season. No word on whether or not Sarah Eisner wants to keep the ride for next season as well. She was one of the rookies last season. Car 42 is still going to be Coors Light and Pontiac. It's going to be a new paint scheme for that machine. It's going to be red, yellow, and blue on the number 42 Coors Light Pontiac. This is the car, as I mentioned, Kyle Matthews drove last season, and he will now be in Kyle, of course, taking over the controls of car number 24, the Jeff Gordon Coors next season as well too. And now, by the way, I also forgot to mention as well too, as before we get to the 43 car, I forgot to mention as well, I do have all of season 38 recorded, and put up on YouTube. It's just on schedule uploads, obviously, on whether it's going to be scheduled to be made public. So I think as far as my calculations went, I think the last race is going to be, the last week of January, I think it's going to be in 2026. So either last week of January or the 1st of February. I'm not sure which, but anyway, that's going to be when the Atlanta finale is going to be made public. Car 43 is still going to be STP in Pontiac next season. That was the car that Matt McIntyre drove last season, and no word on the driver yet for car 43. Same with cars 42, 41, and 37 and 33 as well, obviously, for those teams. Hiccup Bush, he's going to remain as Hiccup Bush is going to be it's going to be back with car number 71 next season. For the second. Hiccup Bush back with the number 71 Chevrolet. Prodigy is going to be the sponsor of that machine. It was a green and purple Chevrolet on that number 71 Dave Marcus car. So Hiccup Bush back for a second season in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, and he hopes for better results, obviously, as well too. And he actually showed some flashes last season as well too. No question about that. And now we go to Quentin Moore's new ride, car number 75. He's back with Raymock Racing, the Remington Arms Ford. That was the car Morgan Shepherd drove in 1996. Quentin Moore, as you mentioned, always with the Morgan Shepherd colors. Just like Quentin Moore always has the Dale Earnhardt colors, and Dylan Young always has the Rusty Wallace colors, and Jessica Shelton always has the Bill Elliott colors. So there you have it with that. So Quentin Moore is now back with car 75, the Rainbow Racing machine. It's Remington Arms Ford. It was green, I believe that car was last season, green and gold, I believe. Laura Chung, she's all set for she's back at car number 77. She's all set to go. The Jasper Engines Federal Mogul Ford. So she's all set to go for next season. Here. Car 81 is going to have a new sponsorship. Square D is going to be the sponsor on car number 81 for Philmar Racing. Salmon Oscon drove that car last season, the TIC Financial Systems car. If Cement wants to keep the 81 car, he can comment that and says he wants to keep the ride. So, or if he wants to switch a ride, or if he wants to get a new ride, who knows? But Salmon actually had a pretty good season in the 81 car last season as well too. So we'll see on that. So we'll see on that. Car number 87 is still going to be Burger King and Chevrolet next season for Nemco Motorsports, and Christian Bracken drove that car last season. Drove it to a couple of good runs as well too. In fact, one of those he finished second to Salmon Oscon with. So we'll see if he wants to keep the rider, or there's going to be a new driver for car 87. Keith Batson, car number 88 is going to be this new number for next season. He's going to be driving the Ford Quality Care Ford that Dale Jarrett drove in 1996 And we'll see if Keith can drive that car to the Daytona 500 win like Dale Jarrett did in '96. And same with the Brickyard 400. So Keith Batson and Cat Batson, as we mentioned, flip-flop rides and flip-flop numbers for the season for Robert Yates Racing. So Cat now drives the 28. Keith now drives the 88 car. So there you have it with that. So next car up here, Jeff Leinbach drove the 90 car last season for the Heiligmeyer's Furniture Store Ford. No driver announced yet for that machine. If Jeff Leinbach wants to keep the ride, he can comment on that as well. Now, some of you are asking, who is Jessica Lorelei? Well, nope. This is well, that Jessica Lorelei is in fact, yes, Jessica Shelton. So I don't know why the Lorelei nickname. I really don't know. Unless she got married, I'm actually not sure on that. But anyway, Jessica Shelton is going to be still with McDonald's and Ford next season for the Bill Elliott colors, car number 94. She's going to be running a limited schedule next season, too. She did request that. So, and I actually do have a list of races that Jessica will be running next season as well, too, because she did give me the list. So, on that. 2 cars left to go on the list right there. Car number 98. No driver announced yet for the number 98 RCA Ford. RCA still going to be the sponsor on that machine. Connor Breton drove that car last season. And finally, Joshua Osborne is going to be in a new ride next season. He'll be in the Jeff Burton cars from 1996, the number 99 Exide Batteries Ford. And I think Joshua may be in that ride for the next few seasons as well, too, on that number 99 machine. Again, there's 2 R's in the list right there that indicates they are, of course, yes, a rookie. They're going to be running for Rookie of the Year for season 39. No changes on the schedule for next season as well, too. Of course, obviously, as always, we'll be starting the season off with the Daytona 500 at Daytona International Speedway. Race 2 will be going to the Good Ranch Service 400 at Rockingham. The Mobile One 400, race number 3 on the season at Richmond. Race number 4, the Quick Lane Motorcraft 500 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The old pre-quad oval Atlanta, not the new Atlanta you got now, obviously. Race number 5, the Hunt Brothers Pizza 500 at Darlington, South Carolina for next season. Race number 6, the first of 3 straight on the short track. Here, the Food City 500 at Bristol Motor Speedway. And then we go to race number 7, the First Union 400 at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Race number 8, the STP 500 at the shortest and the slowest of the tracks, Martinsville Speedway in Martinsville, Virginia. Then we go from the shortest and the slowest at Then for race number 9, we go from the shortest and the slowest at Martinsville to the longest and the fastest, Talladega Super Speedway, and the always exciting Winston 500. That's always a great race. Going to race number 10, we'll be running the first road course race of the season, Sonoma, California, the Fram Autolite 300K, and that'll be the last race to try to qualify your way into the that'll be the last race to try to qualify your way in to the Castrol GTX All-Star race at Charlotte Motor Speedway without trying to qualify your way by the All-Star Open. And so that, by the way, will be the next race on the tour. By the way, will be the next race on that tour. After that, the Castrol GTX All-Star Open / All-Star race. The All-Star Open, as we mentioned, will be 20 laps to try to qualify your way in. If you finish top 5 in the Open, you qualify in the All-Star race. If you finish 6th or better, well, better luck in the Coca-Cola 600. So basically, that's how it goes there. The All-Star race, by the way, too, will be 2 20-lap segments like it was last season. That would be at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Race number 11, the Coca-Cola 600, the longest race of the tour at Charlotte Motor Speedway. That'll be race number 11. Race number 12, the Exalta 400 at Dover Downs International Speedway. That's going to be a new sponsor for that race. Race 13, the Budweiser 400K at Riverside, California, the second road course race of the season. Race 14, the Wix Filters 500 at Pocono Raceway. Race number 15, the Miller Lite 400 at Michigan Speedway. Then the halfway point to the season, the midseason classic, the Pepsi 400 at Daytona International Speedway. And I've had a couple of requests if they want me to make the Pepsi 400 a day race like in the Daytona 500. Well, not sure on that there. Not sure on where I want to do that just yet. Race number 17 will be back to Pocono for the AC Spark Plugs 500. Race number 18 will be the final restrictor plate race of the season, Talladega Superspeedway for the always exciting Die Hard 500. Race number 19, the Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the classic rectangle, the iconic rectangle, I should say, in Indianapolis, Indiana. Race number 20 will be the third and final road course stop of the season at Watkins Glen, New York. It'll be the Budweiser at the Glen, race number 20 on the season. Race number 21 will be the Champion Spark Plug 400 at Michigan Speedway. Race number 22, under the lights at Bristol Motor Speedway, the Rough and Tumble Busch 500. That'll be race number 22 on the season. Race number 23, the Mountain Dew Southern 500 at the Egg-Shaped Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina. Race number 24 will be heading back to the 3/4 mile D-shaped track at Richmond International Raceway and the Excite Batteries 400. Race number 25 will be the Peak Antifreeze 400 from the Monster Mile at Dover Downs International Speedway. Race number 26, Martinsville will be back to Martinsville, Virginia for the Goodies Fast Relief 500. Race number 27 will be the final short track race of the season at North Wilkesboro Speedway, the Tyson Holly Farms 400. And race number 28, the final night race of the season, Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Mellow Yellow 500. Race number 29, back to Rockingham, North Carolina for the AC Delco 400. Race number 30, the penultimate race of the season, the Subway 500 at Phoenix International Raceway. And the 31st and final race and the season finale, race number 31, the Napa Auto Parts 500 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. So that is your 31 races on the season here. And again, these are the races that Jessica requested by two. So I don't know why I included that on the list on this video right here. But anyway, so there you have it. That's your preview on what's going to happen on what's happening so far for season 39 on the list here. If you want, and again, if you want to request any of these rides that are blank right here, then be sure to comment your name. And if you want to keep the rides from last season, as I mentioned, you can comment that you want to keep the ride. If you had the ride last season and you want to keep it. So there you have it with that. So keep your eyes peeled for the upcoming races for season 38. We will be here again. As of this video here, we're on race number 21 at Watkins Glen International Raceway in Watkins Glen, New York, the third and final road course stop in the season. So we have, I believe right now, we have 12 races to go in the season. So again, the season will end about around either the last of January or the 1st of February, whichever one for 2026. So there you have it with that. So you still got quite a bit of time to sign up for this video right here, and for the sign up if you want a ride, I should say. So anyway, with that all said, this is James Qualls, aka Rivers Fantasy 85, and that is your update here. And as always here, subscribe and become part of the crew, the NNSCRA. And if you want in on future seasons if you want in on future seasons of the Duracell Next Gen Cup Series and Duracell Ultra Light Series, which is the two main series on this channel from the head honcho himself, Seth Cole, be sure to get with Seth and he will get you going on that. So for now, this is James Qualls. This has been a production of the NNSCRA, offline and online racing at its best, and we'll catch you on the flip side.